Bulldogs. They come in with a record of 16-7-1 for the season. They are 8-3 in district play and in third place. They're one game behind Carthage and 2 games behind Spring Hill. Leading off at shortstop is Todd House. Batting second at second base is Tanner Beats. The 3-hole hitter at third base is Tate Truman. Colt Bullard bats cleanup. He's at first base. Jordan Pierce in the 5-hole. He's in center field. Kason Edney is the DH. Joseph Hendrickson hitting 7th. He's behind the plate. Colton Hale will be in left field. And Jackson Phillips will bat 9th, and he'll be in right field. The DH Edney is hitting for the pitcher, Brody Benson. And now for the Carthage Bulldogs, leading off in left field, and he's also the DH, is Sam Watson. So Watson's both the left fielder and the DH tonight. Brooks Soap is behind the plate. Dylan Davenport will be the starting pitcher for Carthage in this ball game. Cade Moore bats cleanup. He's at first base. Ty Chambers at shortstop. Cale Preston, who played in the area golf tournament today, and understand the Bulldogs are going to the state tournament. Cale Preston is back here for this ball game. He'll be in right field. Carson Crawford is at third base. Maddox Martinez at second, and Caden top third. Moore, Chambers, and Preston the middle third. Crawford, Martinez, and Ritter the bottom third. And one more time for Kilgore. House, Beats, and Truman at the top. Bullard, Pierce, and Edney the middle third. Hendrickson, Hale, and Phillips the bottom third for the Kilgore Bulldogs. Carthage 15-8-2. And they are all alone in second place in the district with a record of 9-2. The introduction to the players, incidentally, sponsored by with Brother Kevin Otto. That's their pastor. Sunday school's at 9 o'clock, worship at 10 o'clock, and the youth meet Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock. Introduction of the officials, the umpire, sponsored by Hartsway Hospice. Hartsway Hospice serving you since 1985. Hartsway Hospice is with you every step of the way. Spencer Ashmore will be behind the plate, and Pierce Pipak will be on the bases. Again, Spencer Ashmore calling the balls and strikes, and Pierce Pipak will be on the bases. We're having the introduction of the players now. We're going to take a break here in just a second for the anthem, and then we'll be back with the first pitch a little bit later. Bulldogs tonight are going to be in their home white uniforms with red pinstripes. They have the red number on the back of their jersey. And All right, we're ready now for the anthem. Let's take a break. 3 minutes, and we'll be back with the first pitch right after this.
Check off your to-do list with big savings on building materials at Kane Hardware and Lumber. Kane's is your one-stop shop for building materials for large-scale jobs, small projects, and everything in between. Whether you're building a house, adding on, or just updating, we carry the concrete, drywall, lumber, insulate products you need. Shop Kane Hardware and Lumber at 224 South Shelby Street in Carthage.
Carthage Independent School District is where champions are educated. As we face another year of uncertainty, Carthage will remain committed to being champions for every child, every day. We will continue being champions in the classroom with the help of our incredible team of teachers. We will continue being champions in extracurriculars, fine arts, and athletic events with the support of our fans along the way. And we will continue being champions for our community. Thank you for your continued support.
The city of Carthage, county seat of Panola County, gas capital of the United States, and friendliest spot in the world. We have it all: temperate weather, lots of jobs, good schools and churches, and even the Texas Country Music Hall of Fame. Carthage, a great spot on Highway 59 to settle down or just to visit for a while. Panola College, local medical care, a low tax base, and great shopping. That's Carthage. Recommend us, refer us, and revive yourself in the piney woods of East Texas. Carthage, with places we're all
throughout Texas, Louisiana, and New Mexico. One of the largest independent oil field service companies is Pinergy. Randy Taylor, Brandon, 100 years experience. Pinergy. And at Louisiana Pacific. Good people in good company with you and Louisiana Pacific.
Genpack Carthage, over 50 years servicing the food and restaurant industry with superior products. Advancing innovative packaging to enhance the human experience is more than just our purpose statement. It's our driving passion to make people's lives better through the food packaging they use daily. Genpack's dedication to quality assures you get food containers and packaging at its best. Browse and find what you need at genpack.com or look for our products on amazon.com. We are everywhere. Made right.
All right, we're back here at Bulldog Park. Larry Allen along with Brenton Finsom. Brenton responsible for the video that you view it by going to easttexastoday.com or to YouTube. And if you go to YouTube, just do a search for Carthage versus Kilgore, live stream, and be sure and include the date because the previous game with Kilgore is also on YouTube. You don't want to get the wrong one. So today's date is the 16th. Is that right? No. Is today's date the 16th? It's right. It is the 16th. Davenport did not face Kilgore about a month ago when we played over in Kilgore. Todd House leading off for the Kilgore Bulldogs. Davenport working from the first base side of the rubber. And here's the windup and the pitch. In there for a strike. Off the plate, not much, but a little bit. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Outside and low. 1-2 now. Bulldogs will be at Kilgore on Friday night. Only 4 games remaining in the regular season, including tonight. Back to the screen. Games this year against Kilgore. Carthage won the game at Driller Park about a month ago with Matthew Smith going the distance. 2-2 count on House. Davenport was ahead 0-2. Now it's 2-2. Here's the 2-2. This one. Ground ball right side, and it's bobbled by Maddox Martinez, and that'll be an error. Martinez going to his left, bobbled it, and that allows House to reach base. And the Bulldogs, who their team strengths this year have been pitching and defense. They don't have a strong hitting attack. And that is not a good start right there. Martinez going to his left and just flat could not come up with the ball on the grounder about the third hop. And so now House is aboard with nobody out for Tanner Beats, the second baseman. There goes the runner. This pitch is hit down the right field line, and this ball is going to be a foul ball. Carthage defensively, you've got Davenport on the mound. Sophomore Brooks Soap behind the plate. At third base is Carson Crawford. Ty Chambers at shortstop. Maddox Martinez at second, and Cade Moore is at first base. Here's the stretch, the 0-1. There's a strike, 0-2 the count now. Tate Truman, the third baseman, is on deck for the Kilgore Bulldogs. Davenport looking down to Soap to get the sign. Average lead over at first. Here's the pitch. This one is lined and caught by the second baseman. Could be a double play, and it is not. It was caught by Maddox Martinez as he went up, and time he came back down, House was back to the bag. So House was going to be doubled up if the throw was right on the mark. Okay, this is Tate Truman, the third baseman, up now. So a runner on first for Kilgore with one out here in the top of the first. No that we started. Joe Hale confirms that. Joe Hale, good friend of mine, a local sports writer. East Texas sports writer, I should say. Here's the pitch. That pitch is high, gets away from Soap all the way back to the screen. That one bounced off of his mitt. And so you have to reel that either a wild pitch or a pass ball. And he's going out to talk to Davenport now. which might lead you to believe that there was a mix-up there on the sign between the two. Davenport last pitched here a week ago Friday against the Spring Hill Panthers, a game that's had a stretch of 3 games where he threw a perfect game. The second had a stretch of 3 games where he threw a perfect game. The second game, a no-hitter, and the third game, a shutout. A perfect game, a no-hitter, and then a second, the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike, and a steal at home. Here's the stretch, the 1-1. Boy, that was a breaking ball and looked pretty good, but it must have been low. I think it caught the outside corner of the plate, but I think it must have been low because it was called a ball. 2-1 now, the count on Truman. Here's the 2-1. This one foul back and out of play. 2-2 the count now. I've had some fans ask me about that steal at home. I've gone back, and because it was just such a shock, I've been calling Bulldog baseball, I think now this is about 28 years, and I think that's the first time I've seen a steal at home. Here's the stretch by Davenport, the 2-2, high, 3-2. And I must say, I did not mention it during the Spring Hill game, but there were several occasions where Davenport, with a runner on second, several times he didn't even glance back at the runner. But he is doing that tonight. And on that steal at home, he worked from the windup, not the stretch. Looking down to Soap, it's a 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. This one grounded foul. Third base side, it stays 3-2. I've gone back and looked at it. It was such a shock. I wanted to go back and see it again, and I've seen it several times. Again, I'm going to guess at least 8, maybe 10. Fascinating play. You just don't see it very often. And I'll tell you in a minute, if you want to go back and see it, I'll tell you how to find it. 3-2 now on Truman. 1 out. House on second for Kilgore. Here's the 3-2. This one hit down the right field line. That is a fair ball. That's going to score a run. It's going to go into the corner. Preston picks it up in the corner, and he's going to get it back in, and it'll be a 1-0 lead for the Kilgore Bulldogs. So Truman takes a 3. And, of course, that would be an unearned run because of the error that allowed House, who just scored, allowed him to reach base. In other words, without that error, it should be 2 outs and a runner on second right now, and no score for Kilgore. All right, now this is Colt Bullard, fisted off on the right side. 0-1 the count. This is the most dangerous hitter in the entire district. 5 home runs, and they've all gone out of the ballpark, right? Okay. He has 5 by himself. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. That was a breaking ball. Now, he has 5 by himself. Carthage does not have a home run as a team this year. Now, the player that has come the closest, without a doubt, is Carson Crawford. And he hit one down the left field line. It was a road game, and it hit about 2/3 of the way up the wall. Here's the 0-2. High. 1-2 the count now on Bullard. He's a right-handed hitter. Stands very close to the plate. His feet almost touching the batter's box line. Davenport from the stretch, the 1-2. This one hit down to Carson Crawford. Throw over to first in time to get Bullard, and the runner stays at second base. So Bullard grounds out 5-3. That's a big out right there, as dangerous as he is. Let's see how we did against him over at Kilgore. Bullard was 0 for 3 at Kilgore. He grounded a second, struck out, and then flied to right. So he is now 0 for 4 against Carthage pitching this year. You know, if you had to pick, in my opinion, one player from Kilgore that you don't want him to beat you, it probably would be him. Okay, this is Jordan Pierce, the center fielder now. Open stance up at the plate. That back foot almost touching the batter's box line. That pitch is outside by 1. And incidentally, the line for the batter's box, that's part of the box. I can tell you a Carthage hitter this year that with 3 balls on him, he scooted up closer to the plate and both feet were touching the line. Here's the 1-0 outside, 2-0. The line is part of the box. So you can have both feet on the line, you just can't get over the line. Bulldog Park, beautiful facility here. All turf. Bulldog spelled out in red down the first base line, trimmed in white. Carthage spelled out in red on the third base side, trimmed in white. A huge C out in the middle of center field. I want to go out there and walk that off sometime from one to stretch by Matt Davenport. The 2-0 outside, 3-0 now. And again, when he had that perfect game, I'm telling you, he was spot on the entire night. In fact, I remember this stat: he never went to a 3-ball count in that ball game. Never a 3-ball count. He's already gone to 3 balls twice here in the first inning tonight, and he only went to a 2-ball count on 2 of the 15 batters that he faced. It was a 5-inning ball game. That one didn't miss by much. To be honest, I think you could make the argument that that pitch has been called a strike earlier in the ball game. Very, very close. Now, I've got to remember that here in the press box, I don't know how many feet up we are above home plate. So it's hard to get a good judge on the height of the pitches. That pitch is outside to Kason Edney, the DH. So we're in the top of the first, a run in for Kilgore. They were helped out by an error by the Bulldogs. It is an unearned run, and they've got runners now at second and first with 2 outs. And a 1-0 count on Edney, the DH, right-handed hitter. That one's outside, 2-0. 110 pitches is the limit per ball game, and with it being a 7-inning game, you can, if you want to go the distance, you've got to average just under 16. He's already at 25 here in the first inning. Here's the 1-1 away outside, 3-0 now. So this sort of reminds me of his outing against Spring Hill. Two weeks ago, actually a week and a half. He pitched on a Friday night. 26 pitches now in the first inning here for Davenport, and it's a 3-0 count on Edney. He could easily reach 30 in this inning. Here's a 3-0. Okay, it's now 3-1. Davenport on the mound. Brooks Stoke behind the plate. Carson Crawford at third. Ty Chambers at shortstop. Here's a 3-1. This one is fouled off. 3-2. The right side of the infield has Maddox Martinez at second and Cade Moore at first. And the outfield has Sam Watson in left, Caden Ritter in center, and Cale Preston in right. Pretty good crowd on hand. Can't compare to the crowd that was here for Spring Hill. That was by far the largest crowd of the year at Bulldog Park. Here's a 3-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Well, it took 29 pitches, but he finally gets out of it here with only one run. Allowed the leadoff man to get on, who eventually scored, and 2 left on base. So we go now to the bottom of 1. Kilgore leads it 1-0 here at Bulldog Park. Back after this 90-second break.
130 years of combined experience with an outstanding safety record. Flow Zone, located at 1092 Highway 59 South, just south of Denny's, is ready to offer
The Loop, open Sunday through Thursday from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. 99 and The Loop.
Larry Allen along with Brenton Fensom coming to you from Bulldog Park in Carthage in the top half of the first, helped out by a Bulldog error, so it's an unearned run. And the Bulldogs here in the first inning will send up Sam Watson, Brooks Soap, and Dylan Davenport. The other games tonight, Spring Hill is going in. Spring Hill's 9-1, Carthage 8-2, Kilgore 7-3. Those 3 teams are already assured of a playoff berth. They're in the playoffs. But there's no decision yet on the seeding. Any of those 3 teams, Spring Hill, Carthage, or Kilgore, could win the district. And any of the 3 could still finish in 3rd place because there's 4 games remaining. But Spring Hill right now in the driver's seat because they have a 1-game lead on Carthage and a 2-game lead on Kilgore. And really, in one respect, as far as the seeding is concerned, they have a 2-game lead on Carthage because they won the head-to-head competition against Carthage, 2-1. Here's a strike to Sam Watson leading off. Watson, the DH, left-handed hitter. A little bit of an open stance up at the plate. Strike 2 call. Now, Sam is not going to pepper the fences with line drives. I'd be shocked if he hit one out of the ballpark. He's just, he's just not. Put down the bunt, too. Here's a pitch low. That's the first ball. Ball 1, strike 2 now on Sam. Brooks Soap is on deck. Benson into the wind. The pitch is low. Ball 2. Live stream or broadcast. Relying a lot on the bunt this year. The 3-2 pitch is ground ball right side. Second baseman bobbles it, and that would be an error on the Kilgore second baseman. So Watson on with an error on the error. Now the final decision on, base hit or error on that rests with the head coach, Jason Causey. And I must admit, when we're batting, he is partial toward our hitters. So, don't know. He may call that a hit, but in my books, it's an error. So at any rate, he's on first for Brooks Soap. There goes Watson. The pitch is fouled back into the screen. Watson was off with the pitch. So that might tell you something about the Bulldog strategy tonight, that they may be running quite a bit. When it was installed, no doubt about it. A turf that simulates a grass field. Here's Soap squaring around a bunt, and it's way outside. Snap throw to first, and he is back in. So 1-1 the count now on Soap. That really sort of looked like a pitch out. Or if it wasn't, the pitch just got away from Benson. And the catcher, Hendrickson, throwing behind the runner, Watson. Here's the pitch, and this one is fouled back to the screen. No, it's not. It is a strike. He went around on it. but it got past the catcher, and so Watson takes second. Pass ball. It's either a pass ball or a wild pitch. I'd go with a pass ball. I thought it was foul back myself, but no arguing there from Kilgore. So now the count's 1-2 on Soap with a runner at second and nobody out. Here's the 1-2 out, way outside, 2-2 now. Kilgore with a run in the top strike zone. When I'm saying out of the strike zone at least by 3 feet. Well over in the left-handed batter's box. Okay, so now it's a 3-2 count. Here's the 3-2, way outside, ball 4. So Soap works him for a walk. And let's see now, we usually have a runner coming in for Soap, who is the catcher. Let's see, yes we are. Okay, and this is going to be Blayton Legrone. So Blayton Legrone, number 12, will go in to run for Soap at first base. So the Bulldogs now have Watson at second, Legrone at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Kilgore leading this one 1-0. Bulldogs have used the bunt a lot this year, and in some cases you discover that defenses can't defend the bunt well. And when you discover that, then Coach Causey, he just tends to go with the bunt even more. Make them prove they can defend it. He squares around the bunt, takes this one outside. That's definitely outside. So now the count's 1-1. Now when he squares around the bunt, the first baseman, Bullard, is running in quickly from first base to try to field the bunt. Second baseman is going over to first. When the first baseman comes in, someone's got to go to first to cover, and of course that'd be the second baseman. Screwing around the bunt again. Here comes Bullard in. Here, and he takes high, I think. Ball 2. 2-1 the count now. Now Davenport really doesn't have home run power, but he I don't have batting averages. Side ball 3. He squared around the bunt, pulled the bat back. And I tell you what, boy, these pitchers are really laboring here in the first inning. 29 pitches for Davenport. 16 so far for Benson, and he has yet to record an out. Both pitchers hurt by errors by their second baseman. Okay, Davenport squaring around the bunt again. And this one is high, ball 4. So now the bases are juiced. Bases are juiced. They're loaded up for Cade Moore. Now again, the Bulldogs do not have a big power hitter. Let's see, who's this going in to run? That's number 11. I think that's Ryan Ezernak. So Ryan Ezernak in to run for Davenport. All right, Cade Moore the batter now. I mentioned another guy right here that I would pick that might, has some power. He has hit a line drive to the alley before. Is that Ryan Ezernak on first base? Okay. Okay, here's a ground ball down toward third base. The third baseman knocks it down and comes to the plate to get Watson at the plate on the force out. And then everyone else moves up. So Watson is out 5-2. Soap moves his runner, Blayton Legrone, moves up to third. Ezernak, running for Davenport, moves up to second. And Moore is at first on a fielder's choice. Now, I tell you what, the Bulldogs get nothing out of this. That's going to be a huge lift for the Kilgore Bulldogs. Incidentally, now Benson at now 20 pitches. That was ball one to Chambers. Base is still loaded here with one out now. His pitch is high, 2-0 the count. Then he walks Soap, foul, out of play. And went to ball one on Cade Moore, so he has thrown a bunch of pitches up to 22 now. And Davenport had 29 in the first inning. On Chambers is 3-1. If he walks, then that would be 4 walks in the inning given up by Benson, and it would be an RBI for Chambers. Here's the windup and the 3-1. Strike 2 call. Bulldogs with a big ground ball left side. Shortstop has it, goes to second for one. That's all they can get, and the runner scores. And it's now a 1-1 ball game. So that was a ground ball on the left side by Chambers, and he went to second. The shortstop did. Legrone scores from third to tie it up now. But now with 2 outs. And here's the bunt by Preston. Great bunt. Pitcher throws to first, and he is safe at first. And Preston is headed toward third, and he is out at third base. Wow. So Carthage now leads it 3-1, and Preston shaken up on the play, and now he's up and going to come off the field. Okay, so
committed to meeting your financial needs by providing banking solutions for your mortgage, commercial, or personal loans. With 118 years of service to our community, we're part of your local rodeos, 4-H, and festivals. We want you to know that we're here for you. Visit us at fsbctx.bank or come see us today. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Ginecólogo o salud conductal es nuestra misión proveer acceso de alta calidad de salud a pesar de su habilidad de pagar. Tenemos 5 clínicas en Carthage, Center, Tenaha y San Agustín para poder servir mejor a usted y su familia. 903-690-8395.
We all like to save money, and State Farm can help with discounts. When you combine your car insurance with your State Farm homeowners insurance, you get big savings. So talk to me, Agent Tate Barber, and experience the good neighbor service that has made us America's #1 insurance company. Together, we can help you make sure you get the discount you deserve. No policy with State Farm? No problem. Call me, Agent Tate Barber, at 903-693-7555 or stop by my office.
It's a powerful storm, and the power is off. Completely off. House after house in the dark, each one plunging a family into uncertainty and fear. One dark house after another, and another. And, wait, is that light? It is. And there's one reason for it. The owners of this home have a permanently installed...
You can trust the qualified staff at Hudson Financial Group to help you build the right policy that's created just for the needs of your farm or ranch. Randy and his team recognize the importance of the farm and ranch community in Panola County. They understand how much your property means to you and your family and the hard work it requires to maintain. Give them a call at 903-693-7874, or better yet, stop by and see them at 1519 West Panola in Carthage. The Hudson...
All right, Joseph Hendrickson leading off in the top of the second for the Kilgore Bulldogs, and the count on him is now 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike. Carthage leading it 3-1. And that one is inside. The count now is 3-1. Carthage with 3 in the bottom of the first. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Strike 2 call. Incidentally, now Benson, I believe that's 26 pitches in the first inning for him. This is a pitch. This is grounded down to the first baseman. Pitcher's going to have to cover. The underhand toss to him is in time. All right, that was Cade Moore ranging to his right to come up with that. And Moore, you know, he had a tough decision to make right there. Does he stay at first and count on Martinez to get there? I don't think Martinez was going to get there. And in that case, he has to go to his right. And then he has to rely on Davenport, the pitcher, to get over to take the throw covering first base. And he did in time. So Hendrickson is out 3-1. And that brings up Colton Hale, the left fielder. And the pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Now, we've mentioned the top 3 teams in the district, Spring Hill, Kilgore, and Carthage. They are already in the playoffs. We don't know what their seed will be yet. Here's the 1-0. There's a strike. 1-1 the count. Henderson now they're in 4th place, and they have a 2-game lead on center. And that pitch is ball 2. 2-1 the count now. This pitch is fouled off. So the count now is 2-2 on Colton Hale. 1 out here in the top of the second. Carthage leading 3-1. Henderson 4-7 in the district. Center is 2-9. So Center is up by 2 games over Center. Henderson is up by 2 games over Center. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swinging and missing for strike 3 is Colton Hale. And that is out number 2. Jackson Phillips, the batter now. This is a 9-hole hitter. And Gilmer is 0-11. So Henderson is not in yet. But with 4 games to go, they've got a 2-game lead on Center. And they've got a 4-game lead on Gilmer. This pitch is fouled off, third base side. 0-1 the count now. Henderson this week is playing Spring Hill twice, so, you know, that history would tell you that Henderson may lose both those ball games. That is a breaking ball over the outside corner. Strike 2. 0-2 now on Phillips. Davenport trying to get out of the second inning here. Here's the 0-2 outside. Be nice to finish it right here. Here's the windup, the 1-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed for strike 3. So Phillips goes down swinging, and Davenport retires them 1-2-3 here in the top of the second. Carthage now going to the bottom of 2. Carthage 3 and Kilgore 1. Back after this 90-second break.
This is Pastor Monty Pierce, along with all the fine folks at Central Baptist Church.
This is Pastor Monty Pierce, along with all the fine folks at Central Baptist Church, located 1 block off the square in beautiful downtown Carthage. If you don't have a church home and you like friendly folks and a meaningful worship service, we invite you to join us this Sunday. Check us out at centralcarthage.com for times and more information. This is Dr. Monty. Go Bulldogs!
Right on the loop, right on the price at Excel Ford ensures the SUV, truck, or car you choose, new or previously owned, is right for you. Your visit and your questions are welcome, even if you're just browsing. Any information you want will be provided. It's the foundation of exceptional customer service that frees you to proceed.
This is Darcy with Carthage Flower Shop on the Square, where we are more than just flowers. In shop, we keep a variety of live pot plants, silk arrangements, snack baskets, candles, keepsakes, and a great bath and body line called Magnolia Soaps. We now offer balloon arch installations, so give us a call for your next event. We can even get flowers to your loved one out of town. Thank you for all your continued support, Darcy, Jeanette, Levi, and the girls at Carthage Flower Shop.
When making important decisions, it's reassuring to count on people you know. First State Bank.
When making important decisions, it's reassuring to count on people you know. First State Bank and Trust Company is that group of people offering home loans or everyday depository needs. Or Financial Incorporated. It's a 5-star rated bank of people you know, always innovating for your changing financial needs. Member.
Bottom of 2 here at Bulldog Park. Carthage leading Kilgore 3-1. And it's going to be the bottom third of the order for the Bulldogs. Carson Crawford leading it off here. Carson, the third baseman, takes a strike. Carson, yes, has come close twice this year to taking it out of the ballpark, and both times it was a drive right down the left field line. This one foul back, and the count now is 0-2. I'm trying to remember where were we playing. It was not here when he hit one down the left field line that was 2/3 of the way up the wall. I think it hit on the 320 sign. That may have been at Kilgore. Let's see if he had a double at Kilgore in that ball game. I can't remember for sure. No, he did not. Okay, he's just struck out, so Crawford is out on strikes. So it'll be Crawford, Martinez, and Ritter here in the bottom of the second. Pitch is swung on and missed for a strike. Congratulations to the Bulldog. 1-1 the count. I don't have any scores from that tournament to give you, but we know they're going to the state tournament. Here's the pitch. This one is fouled out of play. 1-2. Again, the remaining schedule for the regular season for the Bulldogs. They will be at Kilgore this Friday at Driller Park. Next Tuesday, we go to Center. Here's the 1-2. Outside, 2-2. And then a week from this Friday, which will be the regular season finale, the last game of the regular season, the last game in district play, they'll be here hosting Center, senior night. Here's the 2-2. This one hit in the air to center field. Center fielder going back. He's there now. And just beyond the Red Sea in center field, he makes the catch for out number 2. And the batter now will be Caden Ritter, the center fielder. Can the Bulldogs, the Bulldogs have a 1-game lead on Kilgore. Can they wrap up the number 2 seed tonight? No, they can't, because if they win, they're going to be up by 2 games with 3 to play. And that one's fouled off. Now, if they win both games this week, they for certain wrap up the number 2 seed. Can Carthage still, but the way that pitch is outside. 1-1 the count, but the way Spring Hill's been playing, that's doubtful. Now, we're only a game behind, but we've lost the head-to-head competition. So if we finish in a tie with them, then it's a shared district championship, but Spring Hill would be the number 1 seed. This pitch is fouled out of play. 1-2. That's one advantage of playing, and Coach Causey mentioned this in the interview before the season ever started. That's one advantage of playing each of the district opponents 3 times, that you know someone's going to win the head-to-head. Here's the 1-2. Oh, boy, that looked close right there. We may have gotten a break on that pitch. Looked pretty good from here. Okay, Benson, the right-hander, into the wide. Here comes the 2-2. This one foul back into the screen. It stays at 2-2. So Spring Hill's playing Henderson this week. And Kilgore is playing center. Here's the 2-2. This one hit foul out of play, stays at 2-2. Now, after this week, center and Henderson could be tied. Henderson is 2 games ahead of center. Henderson is 4-7. Center is 2-9. Henderson's playing Spring Hill twice. If they lose both of those, they're 4-9. Center's playing Kilgore. If they win both of those, they're 4-9. So that number 4 seed definitely has not been decided yet. That pitch is outside. The count now is 3-2 on Ritter. This will be the 8th pitch coming up to Ritter. Benson will come here wide, but it's a long out as Ritter lines out to left, and the Bulldogs go down in order here in the 2nd inning. So after 2, it's Carthage 3 and Kilgore 1, back with the 3rd frame after this 90-second break.
Carthage Furniture has a new park.
Monty Bacon and Carthage Furniture, chest just $125. At Carthage Furniture, check out their blue sofa and love seat. Sofa $459, love seat $399. Carthage Furniture, where Rosa speaks Spanish and delivery is.
Thank you, Panola and surrounding counties, for supporting your local GM dealer, Pippin Motor Company, right here in Carthage. We are your Buick SUV headquarters. Come check out one of the many economical solutions Buick has to offer. Encore, Encore GX, Envision, or Enclave are sure to fit your needs. Whether you're looking for a new Buick, Chevrolet, GMC, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, we're here to help. Pippin Motor Company has been serving this community for 72 years and pride ourselves with providing a premium sales and service experience. Come experience a better way to buy a vehicle just across from Panola College, or look us up on the web at pippinmotorcompany.com.
Are you planning a trip but you need a set of tires? Don't worry. Let Graves Tires at 809 East Sabine in Carthage show you the affordable way to go. Graves Tires offers name brand tires at a savings. Their number 903-693-4841. They even have used tires for sale. They're open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5, and on Saturday, 7:30 to noon. Remember, at Graves, you always save.
At Bulldog Park, Carthage leading the Kilgore Bulldogs 3-1. Incidentally, if you have a score on one of those other 2 games tonight, that being Spring Hill Henderson or Kilgore versus Center, you can send me a message, send me a text. This pitch is swung on and missed. Back to the top of the order now for Kilgore here in the top of the 3rd. This is House swinging and missing for strike 1. He reached on an error back in the 1st inning and scored their run. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2 call, breaking ball over the outside corner. You can send me a text at 903-692-1185. 903-692-1185. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. So House out on strikes to start the 3rd, and that'll bring up now Tanner Beats. Beats lined out to Maddox Martinez at second base back in the 1st inning. Carthage, Spring Hill, and Kilgore have clinched playoff berths. Here's the windup and the pitch, and it's outside. 2-0 now. 2-0 on Beats, the second baseman. Defensively, Dylan Davenport, senior, pitching tonight. He's at shortstop. The outfield has in left field Sam Watson. Caden Ritter is in center, and Cale Preston is in right. Watson had a choice to make right there. He had a choice. Does he come in and try to shoestring that one? With a possibility it's safe there and take it on the hop. So Beats is on with a one-out single, and that brings up Tate Truman. Truman, with Kilgore's RBI in the ballgame, he doubled back in the first inning. That pitch is high for ball one. So this is a tough spot right here for Davenport because he's got Truman up, who doubled in the first inning to drive in a run, and then Bullard again, who I think is the most dangerous hitter in the district. He is on deck. Here's the 1-0. Strike one call, a breaking ball, a beauty. 1-1 the count now. In the softball game, right behind us here, that pitch is high, 2-1. First, runner on first with one out in the top of the third. Carthage up 3-1. There goes the runner. The pitch is a strike. Throw down to second. He is out at second base. Soap gunned him down, and that's a double play right. I was faked down. That was a 2-1 pitch. It is now 2-2. Okay. 2-2 on the batter. Yeah, that's what faked me out. The Bulldogs were running off the field like it was a double play. A swing and a miss and throw him out type of situation. That pitch is outside. It's now 3-2. Brooks Soap, I know for certain that's at least 4 runners he's thrown out in district play. Here's the 3-2 way outside, ball 4. So Davenport was ahead of Truman there and winds up losing him. And now here comes up Bullard. Again, what you'd have to say, and I've seen all the teams obviously, this is the most dangerous hitter. Now, so far we've had good fortune against him. In the 2 games that we played against Kilgore, he's now 0 for 4. Grounded out to third tonight. This is a dangerous hitter here. He could tie it up with one swing. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 394. Here's the 0-2. This one is lined. That's going to be caught by the shortstop. Line drive, and Chambers going out onto the outfield grass to grab that looping line drive off the bat of Bullard. And Bullard is now 0 for 5 in 2 games against the Bulldogs. So that's the end of the 3rd inning. And for the Kilgore Bulldogs, no runs, no hits, and no errors. And we go now to the bottom of 3. The Carthage Bulldogs lead the Kilgore Bulldogs 3-1. All right, we'll have the bottom of the 3rd for you after this 60-second break.
Come and see the all-new
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the sweet and spicy bacon burger, and now it's an all-time favorite.
You can't beat it. It's hot, it's fresh. I love this burger. It's just perfect.
The sweet and spicy bacon burger is my all-time favorite. 2 beef patties, 2 different types of cheese, caramelized onions.
Bottom of 3 coming up here. Carthage leading at 3-1. It's going to be the top of the order up for the Bulldogs. That'll be Sam Watson, Brooks Soap, and Dylan Davenport. Carthage leading by a score of 3-1 over Kilgore. Again, Spring Hill on top of the district, 10-1. Carthage a game behind at 9-2. Both Carthage losses were to Spring Hill by scores of 2-0 and 2-1. In fact, in those 3 games between Carthage and Spring Hill, there were 7 total runs scored. Here's the pitch. In the 3 games between Carthage and Spring Hill, 3 games and a total, both teams combined scored a total of 7 runs. Spring Hill scored 4, Carthage scored 3. And the scores were 2-0, 2-0, and 2-1. That's about as evenly matched as you can get. Pitch to Soap is outside, ball 1. The Spring Hill runs in that 3rd game here a week ago Friday. The first one came in on that steal of home. Here's the 1-0, outside 2-0, and the second one was hit. Got to hand it to Spring Hill. Okay, now here's Soap. Both feet on the batter's box line, and there's a strike. Oh, no, that was a ball. Okay, 3-0 the count. Both feet on the batter's box line. Here's a 3-0. Outside, ball 4. Let's see. I assume Blayton Legrone will be coming out again to run for him. And he will. Okay, so Legrone comes out to run for Soap now with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. 1 out. So you got Legrone at first, and here's Davenport coming up, who walked and scored back in the 1st inning. And at least 2 pitches to Davenport, he was scoring around like he was going to put down a bunt. 1 out now here in the 4th. And there. So Dylan was the losing pitcher in that game where Spring Hill won it 2-1, including the steal of home. He had 91 pitches going into the 6th inning to relieve him in the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. This one is hit down the right field line. That could be down for a hit right there. It's going to be a hit. And the runners will be now at 1st and 2nd. Boy, that was perfectly placed right there. That was in the Bermuda Triangle. Right between the 2nd baseman, the 1st baseman, and the right fielder, and none of the 3 could get there. So Davenport, with a perfectly placed flare out into short right field, close to the line, and now the Bulldogs have got something going here now. 1st and 2nd in the 3rd inning with 1 out for Cade Moore. Other than Crawford, I'd say this is the guy that might, drive one out of the ballpark. Here's the pitch to Cade. Just outside, didn't miss by much. 1-0 the count. One and 0 to Moore. Benson looks back at second 2 times, comes to the plate. This one grounded into right field for a base hit. And the bases are now going to be low. No, we're going to try to score. Here's a throw to the plate, and it's off the mark, and the run does come in to score. Boy, if that had been on the mark, if that had been a perfect throw, they had him at the plate. I was really surprised that they were sending Legrone there. The right fielder had a chance to throw him out at the plate. So that is a single by Moore. And Legrone scores. And now you've got to give an error to the right fielder on the throw, allowing the runners to move up. That's Moore and Davenport. So now runners at second and third. Carthage up 4-1 now. So Carthage up 4-1 here in the bottom of the third, with runners at second and third and still only one out for Chambers. Here's the pitch to him outside, and the count now is 2-0. Benson has now thrown, does that say 53 pitches? 53? Okay. Kilgore infield in at the edge of the grass. Carthage up 4-1 here in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. High. And the count now is 3-0 to Chambers. The infield in at the edge of the grass. Third baseman in just about along the along third base. There's a strike. Bases loaded for the Bulldogs here. 3-1 pitch. This one is fouled off, out of play. 3-2. So the Bulldogs now with a chance to, I said bases loaded, that's wrong. Third base and second base. Second and third for the Bulldogs. So Chambers out looking for out number 2, and that'll bring up Cale Preston. Preston beat out a bunt his first time up. And I tell you what, I wouldn't be at all surprised to see him to put one down here. In my opinion, the best bunter on the team, maybe the best bunter in the district. Left-handed hitter, great speed. Basketball, here's the pitch to Kelfer. 0-1 count on Cale. Runners at second and third with 2 down. Did he check his swing? Yes, he did. So the count now is 1-1. Someone from the Kilgore bench asking about that call there. One and one the count. Here's the 1-1. This one, ground ball, first base line, and it's a foul ball. That was no foul before Bullard picked it up. So the count now is 1 ball, 2 strikes. No sign of a bunt this time from Preston, and of course with 2 strikes on him, he won't be putting one down, or at least you wouldn't think that he would do that. A run in for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the third. Runners at second and third with 2 down. Carthage now leading at 4-1. 1-2 count on Preston. That pitch is outside, 2-2. Carson Crawford is on deck for the Dogs. Preston, a left-handed batter. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. And the pitches are mounting now for Benson. That's 62 for him. Is that 61 for Davenport? I believe it is. Okay. So Davenport's thrown 61. Benson's thrown 62. Here's the 3-2. Ball 4. And so now the bases are loaded. for Carson Crawford. All right, here'd be a nice time, Carson to take one out of here. The bases are loaded for Carthage here in the bottom of the third. 1 run in. The Bulldogs had 3 in the first. They've scored 1 here in the third. Bases are loaded with 2 outs for Carson Crawford. This will be pitch number 64 for Benson. High, ball 1. Crawford struck out swinging back in the first inning. Back in the second inning. Make that in the second inning. Here's the windup, and that's inside. Okay, I guess that first pitch was a strike. Here's the 1-1. There's a high pitch. Oh, I think he went at ball 2 right there and swung and missed. So the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Second for the force out. Benson gets out of it, limiting the damage. So Crawford is on the fielder's choice. And that ends the bottom half of the third inning. Bulldogs pick up another run. They now lead it 4-1 going to the fourth. Back after this 60-second break.
Check off your to-do list with big...
Check off your to-do list with big savings on building materials at Kane Hardware and Lumber. Kane's is your one-stop shop for building materials for large-scale jobs, small projects, and everything in between. Whether you're building a house, adding on, or just updating, we carry the concrete, drywall, lumber, insulation, roofing, siding, molding, and many more products you'll need. Add character and charm to your home with our large selection of paint colors. We have all the products you need. Shop Kane Hardware and Lumber at 224 South Shelby Street in Carthage.
Carthage Independent School District is where champions are educated. As we face another year of uncertainty, Carthage will remain committed to being champions for every child, every day. We will continue being champions in the classroom with the help of our incredible team of teachers. We will continue being champions in extracurriculars, fine arts, and athletic events with the support of our fans along the way. And we will continue.
The top of 4 coming up here at Bulldog Park in Carthage. Carthage leading the Kilgore Bulldogs 3-1. And again, if you have a score on either Spring Hill and Henderson or Gilmer and Center, perhaps you can find it on Game Changer. I just don't have time to do that during the broadcast. Then send me a text at 903-692-1185. That's 903-692-1185. Top of 4 here. And it's going to be Jordan Pierce leading off for the Kilgore Bulldogs. There's a strike. Pierce, the center fielder, he walked his first time. Davenport starting this inning with 61 pitches. Benson has 67 pitches through 3 innings. And now we're going to have a conference between the Kilgore coach and the home plate umpire. Not for sure what that's about. Short conversation. Did not appear to be heated in any way. Heated. No one was upset. Okay, here's the windup. The 0-1. Breaking ball high. 1-1. After the conversation ended, the Kilgore coach went over to his dugout and had some words there for someone. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. So it's now 1 ball, 2 strikes on Pierce. Now with 61 pitches in 3 innings, that's averaging 20 points. You can average 16. If you throw 16 pitches per inning and you go 7 innings, that's 112. And the limit is 110. Of course, if you reach 110 right in the middle of an at-bat for a hitter, well, then you get to complete that at-bat. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. So Pierce down on strikes. And that will send to the plate now Kason Edney. Edney, the DH, he struck out in the first inning. Struck out swinging. Again, Davenport, a senior right-hander, working from the first base side of the rubber, the far end of the rubber. That pitch is outside, a fastball. 1 ball, no strikes to Edney. Joseph Hendrickson, the catcher, is on deck. Here's the 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Big game for the Carthage Bulldogs, because if they win this one, then that gives them the head-to-head advantage on Kilgore for the season series, where we would have won both games. Here's the 2-0. And I guess he checked his swing. It's now 3-0. The count now on Edney. Here's a 3-0 pitch. And that is ball 4. So Edney walks on 4 pitches. And I'll say it again, this is, Dylan Davenport, he's ahead in the ball game 4-1. He's only given up 1 run. Only 1 hit so far, but this is not as dominating as we've seen him in the past during that stretch again of in the 3-game stretch. He had a perfect game, and then a no-hitter, and then a shutout. That pitch is high, and he's piling up the pitches. He's up now to 71 pitches, and he's only got recorded 1 out here in the 4th. Beginning to look doubtful that he'll go the distance here. Here's the 1-0. There's a strike. 1-1. Check and see if I've got any messages on scores. I don't. Okay, here's the 1-1. Strike 2 call. You have to be patient here. Spencer Ashmore, very deliberate strike call for the plate umpire. Very slow. You have to just be patient and wait. Here's the 1-2. 4-1 over the Kilgore Bulldogs. 1 out. Runner on first. And a 2-2 count on Joseph Hendrickson, the left-handed hitting catcher. Swing and a miss. He got him. So Hendrickson out on strikes, swinging. Let's see. How many strikeouts does Davenport have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 strikeouts so far. Of course, when you got a bunch of strikeouts, that by itself is going to, add to your pitch total some. Now up to 75 pitches. One now on Hale. That's 76 pitches, I believe. Our scoreboard here does have a spot where you can keep track of the. So after tonight, there's only one more home game in the regular season. If you haven't come out to see the ballpark, you've got to come out and get a look at this. Here's the 1-1 strike 2 call on a breaking ball. Coach Causey and some others have said it's right now, as of this time, it's the best high school baseball and softball. 2-2 on Hale. Davenport, a senior. And because of his strong arm, he plays shortstop when he's not pitching. Here's the stretch, the 2-2. High ball to being off with the pitch. Boy, they're giving him the left field line. Kel Preston well over in left center field. Big hole down the left field line. If Hale could pull one down there. Choking up on the bat about 1.5 inches. There goes the runner. This pitch is fouled off. Boy, if you look at, I said Kel Preston. All kinds of room down the left field line. Center fielder shaded a little bit over in right center. There goes a pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. So Davenport works around the walk and strikes out the side here in the 4th. Now he ups his pitch count to 82, so he's in trouble on that. But the Bulldogs lead it here by a score of 4-1 going to the bottom of the 4th. Back right after this 90-second break.
The city of Carthage, county seat of Panola County, gas capital of the United States, and friendliest spot in the world. We have it all: temperate weather, lots of jobs, good schools and churches, and even the Texas Country Music Hall of Fame. Carthage, a great spot on Highway 59 to settle down or just to visit for a while. Panola College, local medical care, a low tax base, and great shopping. That's Carthage. Recommend us, refer us, and revive yourself in the piney woods of East Texas. Carthage, with places we're all proud to call home.
Throughout Texas, Louisiana, and New Mexico, one of the largest independent oil field service companies is Pinergy, ranked number 1 in the United States for total number of wells drilled. You'll likely recognize Pinergy Carthage top management: Randy Taylor, Brandon Taylor, Andy Snow, Justin Taylor, and Steve Nations. At the Austin corporate office, senior management offers a combined 400 years experience regarding energy services. No more. Check the website pinergy.com or call 903 Louisiana Pacific. Caring and involved corporate resident. Friends and neighbors in Panola County are the foundation of business at Louisiana Pacific, delivering high-performance building products in the area. You know these folks. You know them from church, civic clubs, as volunteers in the work they do in the community, and at Louisiana Pacific. Good people in good company with you.
Bottom of 4 coming up, and the pitch counts right now. Dylan Davenport through 4 innings has thrown 82, so he's averaging 20.5 pitches per inning. In other words, he only has 28 pitches remaining before he reaches 110. He's got to throw 3 more innings. He's not going to make it through the 7th, most likely. All right, Maddox Martinez leading off for the Dogs here in the bottom of the 4th and takes the strike. Now, Brody Benson for Kilgore. That pitch is outside, ball 1. The balls and strikes, I must admit, looking at the scoreboard, digits for the pitch counts, which are at the bottom of the scoreboard. This pitch is hit in the air out to short center field. The center field is waiting on it and makes the one-handed catch for out number 1. So Martinez flies out to center. That starts the bottom of the 4th. Carthage with 3 runs in the 1st. After Kilgore had scored 1 in the top of the 1st. And Carthage added another run in the third. It's a 4-1 ball game in the bottom of the fourth. Carthage trying to go 10-2 in district play. And they would have a 2-game lead over Kilgore for second place if they can hold on and win this one. All right, this is Caden Ritter. Ritter hits one foul out of play on the right side. Strike one. Ritter lined out deep to left his first time up. Hit it well. Here's the 0-1. Outside. 1-1. 7 strikeouts so far for Dylan Davenport. Here's the 1-1. 2 times. So we're getting the bat on the ball. And, you know, if you do that often enough, then here's the 2-1 pitch. Strike 2 call. The opponent's going to make some errors if you keep putting the ball in play. At least with some of the teams, they will. Here's the 2-2. This one, Jason Causey, the head coach of the Bulldogs, in his 4th year. And he's also the third base coach. That's usually the case. The head coach is the third base coach. Brett Pirtle is over at first base. Here's the 2-2. This one, line drive caught by the third baseman. So Caden's hit the ball well both times, but 0 for 2, nothing to show for it. Incidentally, if you want to see that steal of home, that if you want to see one of the most unusual plays in baseball, a steal of home, you can view it on YouTube. Go to YouTube and you do a search, put in Carthage versus Spring Hill, live stream, and then you've got to put in the date. This pitch is hit down the left field line. It's going to be a foul ball, and left fielder cannot get there in time. Watson has reached on an error, then lined out to left. So you have to you go to YouTube and put in Carthage versus Spring Hill, live stream, and then you put in, you'll show the date, 4-5-24. And so once you get to that, if you want to find the steal of home, then go in the live stream to 1 hour and 10 minutes into the live stream. This is a line drive caught by the shortstop. So Watson lines out to the shortstop to end the bottom of the 4th. So the Bulldogs go down in order. We go now to top of 5, Carthage 4 and Kilgore 1. It'll be 9-1-2 coming up from Kilgore in the top of the 5th. Back after this 60-second break.
Genpack Carthage, over 50 years servicing the food and restaurant industry with superior products. Advancing innovative packaging to enhance the human experience is more than just our purpose statement. It's our driving passion to make people's lives better through the food packaging they use daily. Genpack's dedication to quality assures you get food containers and packaging at its best. Browse and find what you need at genpack.com or look for our products on amazon.com. We are everywhere. Made right here in Carthage by folks you know. Genpack.
FlowZone is your industry leader for all oil and gas pipe, valve fitting, and supply needs. FlowZone Carthage has over 130 years of combined experience with an outstanding safety record. FlowZone, located at 1092 Highway 59 South, just south of Denny's, is ready to offer customer service that will exceed your expectations with services such as free delivery and competitive pricing. Call them today, 903-263-0200.
Back at Bulldog Park, top of the 5th coming up here. Carthage leading Kilgore by a score of 4-1. These are two of the top three teams in District 17 4A. Spring Hill leads it with a record right now of 10-1. Carthage is 9-2 in second place, and Kilgore is 8-3. So if the Bulldogs win this one, if the Carthage Bulldogs win it, they would have a 2-game lead on Kilgore with 3 games to go, and they will have won the head-to-head competition, the head-to-head series. Now we go into the 5th inning with Dylan Davenport having accumulated 82 pitches in this one. In his last start against Spring Hill here a week ago Friday, so about 10 days ago, he had 91 pitches through the first 6 innings. He's got 82 through the first 4. All right, here's Phillips up, leading off. This is popped up. Foul ball. Crawford coming down and makes the catch for out number 1. It appeared the ball appeared to just, sort of, he bobbled it just slightly, but it never left the glove. So that's a big out right there. That's on the very first pitch. Again, Davenport with 82 pitches going into the 5th inning, so he had 28. This is the top of the order right here. And you want to get these guys here, 2 runners on base. Here's a 1-0 pitch outside. 2-0. Let's go, Dylan. Davenport is senior, right-hander. Here's the 2-0. This one hit foul. First base side, more over, and it hits on top of the Bulldog dugout. So count now is 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1. Outside ball 3. Yeah, again, you don't want to get the top of the order here. You don't want to get a couple of runners on base and have to face Bullard here in this inning with a couple on, because he could tie it up. Here's the windup, the 3-1. This one hit well to right center field. No, right fielder coming in and makes the catch. Boy, that one fooled me. I thought it was going to go deeper, and as it turns out, Cale Preston had to come in and make a diving catch in front of him to catch that one, and he came up with it. So that's a big out there, out number 2. As House flies out to right. So now he came into the inning with 82 pitches. Now he's only thrown 6 so far, so he's at 88. Remember, he had a week and a half ago, he had 91 through 5 innings. He's got 88 now with 2 outs in the 5th. This is Beats. That pitch is high. Bounced off the mid of Soap. Beats has lined to second and singled. And then he was thrown out trying to steal second, thrown out by Soap. Here's the 1-0. There's a strike. 1-1 the count. And I think I've said it just about every broadcast that if he doesn't get injured, Brooks Soap is going to be a 3-year starter behind the plate. Boy, what a luxury that is. Have someone back there for 3 straight years. Just a sophomore, and I don't have the stats on it, but I know he's thrown out at least 4 runners in district play trying to steal second. Here's the 1-1. And even perhaps more impressive than that, he has caught 1 or 2 pop-ups close to the plate And those are tough plays for a catcher, especially a high school catcher, because the ball, with the spin of it, it always seems to go further back toward the infield than you think it's going to go. And some catchers overrun that. Okay, 2-1 now on Beats. Here's a 2-1. This one is hit down the right field line. Here's Preston to his left, dives, and makes the catch. He did not leave his feet, but he had to reach out as far as he could. It really wasn't a dive, but a nice play out there by Cale Preston in right field. So 2 fine plays by Preston ends the 5th inning, and the Kilgore Bulldogs go down in order, and that was only 10 pitches there for Dylan Davenport in that inning. By far his best inning so far on the pitch count. So we go now to bottom of 5, Carthage 4 and Kilgore 1.
Ready to supercharge your future in the energy industry? Panola College is
Ready to supercharge your future in the energy industry? Panola College is introducing the brand new Matthews Foundation Energy Building, opening its doors this fall with programs in electrician, HVAC, natural gas compression, and welding. Small class sizes, state-of-the-art equipment, and personalized attention, where your goals are our priority. Our hands-on approach means you're diving into the real-world energy experience, setting you up for success from day one. Enroll today at panola.edu/.
Bink's Quick Stop in Carthage on the corner of 699 and the Loop. Open Sunday through Thursday from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Friday and Saturday from 4 a.m. to 11 p.m. Open for breakfast, and the grill is open throughout the day, and it provides the best hamburgers in town. You can also get a grilled chicken or chicken fried steak. It's all fresh and made from scratch. And of course, you can fill up your tank with gas. That's at Bink's, a Quick Stop in Carthage, again on the corner of 699 and the Loop.
Park. And it's going to be 2, 3, and 4 for Carthage in the 5th inning. That's going to be Soap, Davenport, and Moore. So we've got the heart of the order coming up here. Let's see if we can get an insurance run out of this, or 2. Bulldogs with a 4-1 lead. And again, if you have a score on either Spring Hill and Henderson or Center and Gilmer, will send me a text at 903. Oh, I think I've got one here. 903-692-1185. Got one from Paul Gwynn. Okay, let's see here. Oh, okay, it's not a baseball score. It's a play-in game in the NBA. And here's Soap hitting one back to the pitcher. Pitcher stops it and throws him out at first base. So Soap is out 1-3. And the play-in game tonight is between the Los Angeles Lakers and New Orleans. I think that's the New Orleans Pelicans, isn't it? And it's 91-80. The Lakers leading. And I don't know if this is a final or not. Don't think it is. I think it's in the 4th period. Maybe that means, I think it's 8 minutes to go in the 4th. Okay, the Lakers leading New Orleans 91-80. Okay, it's now 1-0 on Davenport. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's inside. Almost hit Davenport. 1-1 now. No, 2-0, excuse me. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Dylan Davenport. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Base hit. Right fielder over to his right and cuts it off on 1 hop. So Davenport with a 1-out single is on at first. So he is now 2 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Davenport 2 for 2. And let's see, that's someone coming in to run for him. I assume that's Ryan Ezernak, who ran for him earlier, coming in now to run. Cade Moore, the batter. Moore with a couple of RBIs and a single. Here's the pitch to Moore. High, ball one. Well, let's see if the Bulldogs would elect to run here with Ezranak at first. 93 pitches through the first 5 innings for Davenport. Benson has 84 here in the 5th with 1 out. Pitch is high, 2-0. I haven't seen anybody warming up down in the Kilgore bullpen. The 3-0. There's a strike. Okay, 3-1 now on Moore. Benson set at the letters, throws to first, runner back in. Now, I tell you something I haven't seen this year. You know, years ago, boy, if you slid into a base, if you took a throw and a runner was sliding into a base on turf, here's the 3-1, outside, ball 4. So now, Ezranak to second, Moore on first, and still only 1 out for Ty Chambers. Chambers has reached on a fielder's choice and then scored a run, and then he struck out looking back in the 3rd. And here comes the Kilgore coach out, making a slow walk to the mound. Okay, we're going to take a 30-second break. If there's a pitching change, it'll be a longer break, 30 seconds.
Farmers State Bank, a name that you know and can depend on. We're your neighbors and community partners. We're committed to meeting your financial needs by providing banking solutions for your mortgage, commercial, or personal loans. With 118 years of service to our community, we're part of your local rodeos, 4-H, and festivals. We want you to know that we're here for you. Visit us at fsbctx.bank or come see us today. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Escogiendo el mejor proveedor médica puede ser difícil. Hope Community Medicine está aquí por ti. Si ocupa ayuda médica, ginecólogo o salud conductal, es nuestra misión proveer acceso de alta calidad de salud a pesar de su habilidad de pagar. Tenemos 5 clínicas en Carthage, Center, Tenaha y San Agustín para poder servir mejor a usted y su familia. 903-690-8395.
We all like to save money, and State Farm can help with discounts. When you combine your car insurance with your State Farm homeowner's insurance, you get big savings. So talk to me, Agent Tate Barber, and experience the good neighbor service that has made us America's #1 insurance company. Together, we can help you make sure you get the discount you deserve. No policy with State Farm? No problem. Call me, Agent Tate Barber, at 903-693-7555 or stop by my office, 1502 West Panola, directly across the street from McDonald's, to find out how much a multi-line discount can save you.
It's a powerful storm, and the power is off, completely off. House after house in the dark, each one plunging a family into uncertainty and fear. One dark house after another, and another. And wait, is that light? It is. And there's one reason for it. The owners of this home have a permanently installed backup power generator from Briggs & Stratton. Whole house backup power has never been easy.
See the number on the back of his jersey. Joe Hale up here, who covers the Kilgore Bulldogs, he thinks that it's Truman. He's completed his warm-up tosses. All right, let's see. Mr. Truman, if you'll turn around. You know, usually they'll walk off the mound and walk around for a while, but he's not doing that. Okay, so we're going to call it Tate Truman out there relieving Brody Benson for the Kilgore Bulldogs here in the 5th inning with 1 out and runners at first and second, and the batter is Ty Chambers. Benson from the stretch looks back at second. There go the runners. The pitch is hit on the ground to the third baseman. He's got it over to first, and he is out at first base. Both runners were off with the pitch. So the Bulldogs were going to go with a double steal there. And Chambers grounds it down to the third baseman, who throws him out for out number 2 in the inning. But both runners move up. So now we've got 2 runners in scoring position for Cale Preston, who has singled in a run and then walked. So he has been on twice, 1 for 1 with a walk and a run batted in. And with runners at second and third and 2 down, you know, well, if I'm Kilgore, I'm thinking you got to be alert with this guy. You got to be alert for the bunt. And he knows how to do it. He was looked like he was going to put down the bunt and takes it for a ball. Left-handed hitter and an outstanding bunter. Seemed like he bunted more last year than he has this year. Here's the 1-0. And takes that one for strike 1. 1-1 the count now. Boy, a great opportunity here for the Bulldogs to add 2 big runs here. They're up by 3. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. This one hit on the left side into left field for a base hit. 1 runner's in, and they're going to hold the other runner at third base. I was about to say just poke one into left, Cale Preston, and that's what he did. A ground ball on the left side. Neither the third baseman nor the shortstop could get to it. So Ezernak scores, making it 5-1. Cade Moore to third, and Preston with his second hit of the ball game and his second RBI. So now runners at the corners with 2 down. Carthage now up 5-1 at the bottom of the 5th. And this is Carson Crawford. Preston a definite threat to run at first base, and Truman knows that and throws over there. Definite threat to run at first base. I'd be surprised if he does not run. He started to go. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Underhand flip to the second baseman. I wish he had been going, because that might have made it a closer play at second base on the force out. So Crawford reaches on the fielder's choice, and Preston is out 6-4 to end the inning. But the Bulldogs add a big insurance run, and they now lead it going to the 6th. It's Carthage 5, Kilgore 1. Back in 60 seconds.
You can trust the quality.
Created just for the needs of your farm or ranch. Randy and his team recognize the importance of the farm and ranch community in Panola County. They understand how much your property means to you and your family and the hard work it requires to maintain. Give them a call at 903-693-7874, or better yet, stop by and see them at 1519 West Panola in Carthage. The Hudson Financial Group can help you.
This is Pastor Monty Pierce, along with all the fine folks at Central Baptist Church, located 1 block off the square in beautiful downtown Carthage. If you don't have a church home and you like friendly folks and a meaningful worship service, we invite you to join us this Sunday. Check us out at centralcarthage.com for times and more information. This is Dr. Monty. Go Bulldogs!
Top of the 6th here at Bulldog Park. And Dylan Davenport's still out there. He has now thrown 93 pitches. I believe that says 93. Is that right? Okay, 93 pitches. So that means now, again, a week ago Friday against Spring Hill, through 5 innings, he had thrown 91. And here Through 5 innings, he's thrown 93, so he's only got 17 pitches remaining. Probably can finish should be able to finish hopefully the 6th inning, but finishing the 6th and the 7th, that might be a challenge. All right, so now it's Truman up there. This is a 3-hole hitter. He has been on twice, an RBI double and a walk. So we haven't retired him yet. This pitch is lined into right center field, going to get down for a base hit. And so now you bring up Colt Bullard, who is grounded to third and lined to shortstop. And again, a dangerous hitter. And I guess this is about the 3rd or 4th time I've said this in this broadcast, but in my opinion, from having seen the other teams in the district, this is the most dangerous hitter in the district. Got 5 home runs this year. And he's up here now with a runner on first and nobody out. Here's the first pitch to him, breaking ball high for ball 1. Tonight he is grounded to third and then lined to short. Straightaway stance. There's a strike. He couldn't stop his swing on a high fastball inside, and he went around, says the umpire. He committed, so it's now a 1-1 count on him. Davenport slowing things down. You know, he wants to be careful with this big guy. Here's the stretch, the 1-1 breaking ball. And this is lined down the left field line for a base hit. That's going to be extra bases. Runner on first is rounding second. He's headed toward third. He's going to be waved around. They're going to score a run on this, I believe. Yes, they will. And it's an RBI double for Bullard. So that's the first hit for Bullard in 6 at-bats against Carthage, but it's a big one there as it drives in a run as Truman scores from first base. It's now a 5-2 ball game, and Bullard is at second base with nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Well, we've said he's the most dangerous hitter, and thank goodness he didn't get that one in the air. It was a line drive, a bullet down the left field line, and so Bullard, again, we had silenced him in the 2 games so far. He was 0 for 5 before that double. All right, so now nobody out here in the 6th, and Davenport is now up to 97 pitches. So the two big sticks in their lineup, Truman and Bullard, with a single and a double here in the 6th inning. This one is popped up foul, first base side, and Moore can't get there in time, out of his reach. So 0-1 now on Pierce. Pierce has walked and then struck out swinging. 98 pitches for Davenport, and we've got someone throwing down in the bullpen. Here's the 0-1, high, 1-1. Outside, 2-1. That's the 100th pitch for Davenport. you can just sense here that Kilgore Kilgore senses that this might be their opportunity to get back in the ball game. They're down 5-2, but they've got a runner at second now with nobody out. 2-1 count on Jordan Pierce. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Gets away from Soap, and that's going to send Bullard now to third. So now he's at third base with nobody out. And the count now is 3-1. So Kilgore has a great opportunity here to get another run, and that would make it 5-3. Bottom of the sixth inning, top of the sixth. Pardon me, the top of the sixth. Carthage infield back. Here's a 3-1 swing and a miss, strike two. Now Crawford is even with the bag at third base, but shortstop second baseman's back. This pitch is popped up foul, out of play. Shortstop, the second baseman, and first baseman are back, so they're willing to give up. Carthage is willing to give up a run here. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Low, ball four. And so now here comes the tying run to the plate. And here comes Jason Causey. Davenport now has thrown 104 pitches, and we may have a pitching change. All right, we're going to go, Josh, we're going to go for at least a 30-second break. It may turn into a longer one.
Right on the Loosely Owned is right for you. Your visit and your questions are welcome, even if you're just browsing. Any information you want will be provided. It's the foundation of exceptional customer service that frees you to proceed at your pace and even provides a money-back guarantee. Right on the price and right on the loop. XL Ford, Carthage, Texas.
This is Darcy with Carthage Flower Shop on the Square, where we are more than just flowers. In shop, we keep a variety body line called One Out of Town. Thank you for all your continued support, Darcy, Jeanette, Levi, and the girls at Carthage.
When making important decisions, it's reassuring to count on people you know. First State Bank and Trust Company is that group of people.
A complete bedroom suite, queen bed, dresser, mirror, chest, and nightstands. This is a beautiful sleigh bed set for only $11.35. Money has a 5-drawer chest, just $125. At Carthage Furniture, check out their blue sofa and love seat. Sofa $459, love seat $399. Carthage Furniture, where Rosa speaks Spanish and delivery is always free.
All right, we have a reliever for the Bulldogs. So Dylan Davenport leaves having thrown 104 pitches in the ball game. And he leaves here in the top of the sixth with runners at first and third for Kilgore. Carthage leading 5-2. No outs in the sixth inning. And the batter is going to be Kason Edney. Edney has struck out swinging and walked. So runners at first and third for Kilgore. In other words, the tying run is standing at home plate. Patrick Malone, a right-hander, in to relieve Dylan Davenport. Malone, a senior. And he tries to bunt. This is popped up. Soap is coming back, and it cannot get to it. So Edney was going to lay down a safety squeeze there, but it was popped up. Five to 2 ball game, tying run at the plate. Top of the sixth, nobody out. 0-1 count on Edney. He squares around a bunt again and takes one outside for ball one. Bullard coming down the line, and Crawford was coming down the line also. That's the runner at third and the third baseman, and then both of them retreated quickly. Here's a stretch by Malone. He squares around a bunt, goes after this one and misses it for strike two. He committed on that one. So now 2 strikes on Edney, a ball and 2 strikes. So the bunt is probably off right here. Here's a stretch by Malone, the 1-2. This one hit foul back into the screen. So it stays 1-2. Big ball game here tonight because Carthage with just a 1-game lead over Kilgore for second place in the district. Here's the 1-2. This one hit into right field. That's a base hit that's going to bring in a run. And the runner from first will stop at second. So now it's a 5-3 ball game as Edney singles to right. And that drives in Bullard from third. Pierce stops at second. And so now the tying run is on at first base. And the batter is going to be Joseph Hendrickson, the catcher. Okay, so 2 runs in here in the 6th inning for Kilgore, and they have narrowed the Bulldog lead to down to 5-3. He squares around a bunt, and that one is inside for ball 1. So 2 runs are in, runners at first and second, still nobody out. And that means the tying run is at first base for Kilgore. Here in the top of the 6th inning. Here's a bunt. It's a good one. Throw to first base, and it is going to go down the right field line, and that's going to bring in 1 run right there. So a nice bunt there by Hendrickson, and the ball was thrown down the right field line, bringing in a run to score. That makes it now 5-4. And so Hendrickson is now at first base. And we're going to give an error there on the throw. And the runner on first moves over to third. So now the tying run is at first. And the go-ahead run is at first base. Jason Causey out to visit with the plate umpire. So there was an error there on that throw. And now, again, 3 runs are in for Kilgore here in the top of the 6th. It's a 5-4 ball game. Still nobody out. The tying run is at third. The go-ahead run is at first base for Colton Hale. He squares around a bunt. Another great bunt. And this is going to be another run in for Kilgore. A great bunt, and Soap there slipped down as he was going for it, and that meant Malone had to come in and try to make the play. So that is another run in for Kilgore, and they have now tied it up 5-5. Okay, and I'm going to give Hale a base hit on that, driving in a run. Okay, so it's now 5-5. The scoreboard is showing 6-5 Carthage, but that is not correct. It's 5-5. Okay. 5-5 is our score. Still nobody out here in the sixth inning. And if we got a new pitcher for Carthage, I believe we do. And let's see who this is. So we got another pitcher coming in for Carthage here. There's still nobody out. That's right. Changing pitchers. I'm not for sure. Okay, I tell you what, let's take a break here. Brenton, if you don't mind, let's take a break. Let's go with a 60-second break, okay?
Pippin Motor Company, your Buick, Chevrolet, and GMC dealer right here in Carthage since 1950.
Thank you, Panola and surrounding counties, for supporting your local GM dealer, Pippin Motor Company, right here in Carthage. We are your Buick SUV headquarters. Come check out one of the many economical solutions Buick has to offer. Encore, Encore GX, Envision, or Enclave are sure to fit your needs. Whether you're looking for a new Buick, Chevrolet, GMC, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, we're here to help. Pippin Motor Company has been serving this community for 72 years and pride ourselves with providing a premium sales and service experience. Come experience a better way to buy a vehicle just across from Panola College.
Are you planning a trip but you need a set of tires? Don't worry. Let Graves Tires at 809 East Sabine in Carthage show you the affordable way to go. Graves Tires offers name brand tires at a savings. Their number 903-693-4841. They even have used tires for sale. They're open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5, and on Saturday, 7:30 to noon. Remember, at Graves, you always save.
Bulldogs, sophomore, and he comes in a 5-5 ball game. Now the scoreboard shows right now, scoreboard here at Bulldog Park shows Carthage leading 6-5, but that's not correct. It's 5-5. Kilgore batting. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Here's another bunt. Ross has it, throws to first in time to get the batter. And so now that is the first out of the inning, and that was Jackson Phillips. Thrown out 1-3. And the two runners on base move up. So now it is a 5-5 ball game in the top of the sixth. But Kilgore has runners at second and third with one out. And now the infield in for Carthage. And this is the top of the order in Todd House. Here's the hit pitch to House. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Ross into the wind, the 0-1. This one cued off the end of the bat down toward the first baseman. Cade Moore, it's a foul ball. So the count now is 0-2. Kilgore using effectively the bunt here in this fifth inning, and they've tied up the ball game and have a great opportunity here to take the lead. Runners at second and third with only one out. 0-2 on House. Ross from the windup, the 0-2. Just missed outside. Didn't miss by much. Obviously, a strikeout would be big here. Carthage infield in. The 1-2. outside, 2-2. So Kilgore has come back here in the top of the 6th, and they have tied it up 5-5. We've had some problems. They have put down some very effective bunts, and we've had some problems defensing it. Here's the windup, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Big strikeout of House there for out number 2. That is a big strikeout there. Now we're still not out of the inning, though. And this is Tanner Beats. Beats is lined to second, single, and fly to right. Now we can take the infield back. 5-5 tie. Ross to the plate. Breaking ball. Strike one call. Ninth batter up in the inning for the Kilgore Bulldogs. Here's the 0-1. Strike two call. Here's the, okay, time asked for by Beats. Beats has lined to second, single, and then fly to right. Here's the 0-2. Outside, 1-2. Cade Ross trying to work out of this jam here. Kilgore has tied it up in the top of the 6th. 5-5, and they have runners at second and third now with 2 down, 1-2 count. Here's the 1-2. Check swing, and he did not go around. The pitch was outside on a breaking ball, way outside. 2-2 the count now. Ross, who came within one pitch of pitching a perfect game in the second game of that Gilmer doubleheader on Friday night. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Outside. Nice. Oh, my gosh. His last 3 have been way outside. Big stop there by Soap. He threw a no-hitter, but it would have been a perfect game had he not hit the leadoff batter for Gilmer in the 5th inning, and it just barely grazed his jersey. Last 3 pitches been way outside. Here's the 3-2. High, ball 4. And that loads him up now. And now you've got the real meat of the order coming up here. Wow, this is a tough out right here. Truman, you've got Truman and then Bullard. Truman with an RBI double, a walk, and then a single. We have yet to retire him. The pitch to him. Strike one call. Kilgore is now batted around. Second time for Truman to come up here in the 6th. He got all this started with a single. The windup, the 0-1. Hit down to the third baseman and tags the bag for out number 3. Boy, he hit that one right on the nose, but right at Carson Crawford, who fielded it. Clixon is out, 5 unassisted for the third out. Kilgore go to the bottom of the 6th in a 5-5 tie. Back after this 90-second break.
Come and see the all-new Carthage Eye Associates. We've updated our space and expanded our
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the sweet and spicy bacon burger, and now it's an all-time favorite.
You can't beat it. It's hot, it's fresh. I love this burger. It's just perfect.
The sweet and spicy bacon burger is my all-time favorite. 2 beef patties, 2 different types of cheese, caramelized onions. My favorite thing about this burger is the sweet and spicy pepper sauce and the bacon.
You asked for it, and it's back. The sweet and spicy bacon burger is now an all-time favorite at Whataburger.
Savings on building materials at Tween. Whether you're building a house, adding on, or just updating, we carry the concrete, drywall, lumber, insulation, roofing, siding, molding, and many more products you'll need. Add character and charm to your home with our large selection of paint colors. We have all the products you need. Shop Kane Hardware and Lumber at 224 South.
We go now to the bottom of the 6th. Let's see, it's going to be 8-9-1 for the Bulldogs of Carthage. Here's Martinez hitting one to right field. Second baseman out, and he makes the catch for out number 1. And that'll bring up now Caden Ritter. Carthage leading 5-1 going to the top of the 6th. And then we had Kilgore laid down some bunts that we had problems in defensing. And they wound up, and we threw in an error. We walked one. This is hit down to the third baseman. It is a foul ball. So the count now is 1-1. On third baseman. Hit it well 2 times, but nothing to show for it. 0 for 2. Here's the 1-1 outside, 2-1. And here's the 2-1 pitch. Strike 2 call. And the 2-2 pitch now. This one lined into left field for a base hit. So Ritter, who has hit the ball well all 3 times, gets a single here. And now the Bulldogs have the go-ahead run at first base with 1 out for Sam Watson. Watson has reached on an error, line to left and line to the shortstop. Here's the stretch. And the pitch to Watson. This one, check swing. Did he go around? I guess he did not. Pitch was high for ball 1. Throw to first and the runner back in. We're in the bottom of the 6th. 5-5 tie. Again, if you've got a score on either of the other 2 ball games, Spring Hill, and he showed bunt and took a strike. Sam Watson in the leadoff spot now in the order tonight. First time he's been there. Bulldogs with the go-ahead run at first base. Caden Ritter over there with he's singled. 1-1 count on Watson. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Tries to get the bunt down, is fouled off. 1-2 now. 1-2 on Sam Watson. Here's a pitch to Watson. Low. 2-2. On deck is Brooks Soap. Throw to first, runner back in. Boy, this is going to be this has turned out to be one of our longer games of the year. We started right at 7 o'clock, and we've almost now reached the 2-hour and 30-minute mark here. Here's a 2-2. Ball 3. Watson, not a very large strike zone. He's not very tall. It was a good thing on that pitch because the pitch was a little bit high. Here's the stretch in the 3-2. Low, ball 4. So Watson coaxes a walk here, and now the Bulldogs have the tying run the go-ahead run at second base. So a single by Ritter, a walk to Watson, and now here is Brooks Soap coming up with runners at first and second. Bottom of the 6th, 1 out. If you've just joined us, Carthage with 3 runs in the first inning after Kilgore scored 1 at the top of the first. So Kilgore was up 1-0. Carthage with 3 made it 3-1. Carthage another run in the third made it 4-1. Another run in the fifth made it 5-1. That pitch outside, that one almost went back to the screen. 1-0 now on Soap. But Kilgore with 4 in the top of the 6th to tied up 5-5. Here's the 1-0. Strike 1 call. 1-1 the count now on Brooks Soap. He has walked, and grounded back to the mounds. 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. This pitch is popped up in at first base and caught by the first baseman there by Bullard. Popped up on the right side, and Bullard made the catch. Now that's 2 outs now in the inning. And so now it's all up to Dylan Davenport to bring in that go-ahead run at second base. It's Ritter at second, Watson at first. Bottom of the 6th, 2 outs now. Let's go, Dylan. Davenport has walked, singled, and singled. 2 for 2 with a walk, couple of runs scored for his runner. His pitch is over the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Davenport now at shortstop. Remember, he started the ball game. Here's a check of the runner at second a couple of times. The 0-1. Strike 2 call. So now Dylan is behind big time here. No balls, 2 strikes. Catcher setting up outside. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes now on Dylan Davenport. Again, we're in the bottom of the 6th inning in a 5-5 tie. 5-5 tie. Bottom of the 6th. Runners at first and second for Carthage with 2 outs and 1 ball, 2 strike count on Dylan Davenport. Here's a 1-2. This one swung on and missed, strike 3. So Davenport strikes out to end the 6th inning. And now we go to the 7th. So no runs for the Bulldogs. There was 1 hit in the inning. No errors, and 2 runners left on. Carthage is now stranded 8 runners in the ball game. Okay, we go now to the top of the 7th. in a 5-5 tie. Back after this 60-second break.
Carthage Independent School District is where champions are educated. As we face another year of uncertainty, Carthage will remain committed to being champions for every child, every day. We will continue being champions in the classroom with the help of our incredible team of teachers. We will continue being champions in extracurriculars, fine arts, and athletic events with the support of our fans along the way. And we will continue being champions for our community. Thank you for your continued support.
The city of Carthage, county seat of Panola County, gas capital of the United States, and friendliest spot in the world. We have it all: temperate weather, lots of jobs, good schools and churches, and even the Texas Country Music Hall of Fame. Carthage, a great spot on Highway 59 to settle down or just to visit for a while. Panola College, local medical care, a low tax base, and great shopping. That's Carthage. Recommend us, refer us, and revive yourself in the
Here at Bulldog Park in a 5-5 tie. If you've just joined us, okay, you're thinking, boy, this game we thought would be over by now. Yes, it's been a long one. We've been playing now 2 hours and 33 minutes. Kilgore took the lead in the first inning with a run. Carthage came back with 3 in the bottom half of the first, led it 3-1. Carthage with a run in the third, it was 4-1. A run in the fifth, it was 5-1. Sailing along with a 5-1 lead going to the sixth inning. And Kilgore scored 4 runs in the top of the sixth to tie it up 5-5. And that's where we are right now as we go to the seventh. Okay, Brooks Stoke with an equipment issue, and Brett Pirtle offering some assistance there. So I think we're now ready to play ball. And here's Mr. Bullard up now. Colt Bullard, the big stick for the Kilgore Bulldogs, and he hits a single to left field. Lines one into left. Bullard, again, who was retired in the first 5 plate appearances he had against Carthage this year. 0 for 3 about 3 weeks ago, and then 0 for 2 tonight. He has now doubled and singled in his last 2 at-bats and hit the ball sharply both times. Again, I think the best hitter in the district, most dangerous hitter for sure. Jordan Pierce, the batter now. Pierce has walked, struck out, and then walked again and scored. So now the go-ahead run is at, that pitch was behind him, throw down to first, and Bullard is back. That pitch was behind Jordan Pierce, behind him. Great stop by Soap, and then he threw behind Bullard. Bullard got back in, so the 1-0 count now on Pierce. Cade Ross from the stretch, the 1-0. Gets the bunt down, but it's foul ball. And just as Carthage, particularly against Gilmer on Friday night, they found out that Gilmer was having trouble defensing the bunt, and Carthage had a number of successful bunts against Gilmer. That's what Kilgore did in the the 6th inning. 3 successive bunts that were big ones. There, that one, he tries to bunt it and misses it, so it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Pierce. Here's the 1-2 outside. Yeah, I tell you what, if we could draft just one player from another team in this district, I think, I don't know, Bullard might be the one you'd want. Here's the 2-2. This one popped up, and it goes over the screen. Foul ball. Stays 2-2. Okay, Ross from the stretch, the 2-2. Outside. Ball 3. Cade again almost had a perfect game in the second game against Gilmer. Not looking as sharp tonight as he did against Gilmer. This pitch is swung on and popped up. It's a foul ball. Moore coming down and makes the catch from first base. That's the player to take charge right there, because that would have been a really tough play for Cade Ross. I don't think could have gotten there. Very tough play for Brooks Soap. So Cade Moore makes the catch on that pop foul, and that's the first out of the inning. Now Kason Edney up. He struck out, then walked, and then singled in a run in the last inning. Here's the pitch, and he's outside for ball 1. The Bulldogs started Dylan Davenport. He went into the 6th inning, wound up throwing 104 pitches before he was relieved. Here's the pitch outside, 2-0. On Edney. The 2-0. There's a strike, 2-1. So the go-ahead run is at first base. Colt Bullard. Pitch is line past shortstop into center field for a base hit. And so now the go-ahead run is at second base as Edney lines a single up the middle. And this is going to be Hendrickson coming up. He is grounded out 3-1. First baseman to the pitcher covering, then struck out, and then he put down one of those bunts that was successful. And he reached on an error there on that particular bunt. Error on the throw by Carthage. So now runners at first and second, and we bring Cade Moore in on the grass at first base. Go-ahead run is at second base with 1 out here in the 7th inning for Kilgore. And he pushed down a bunt, but it fouled off. Fouled off toward the third base dugout. Dylan Davenport started this ball game. Patrick Malone came in, faced a couple of batters in the 6th inning, and now it's Cade Ross, who came on in the bottom of the 6th with some runners in scoring position and got us out of that inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This one is lined into center field. Center fielder is there, makes the catch for out number 2. Throw to second, out at second base. They doubled up Bullard at second base. A line drive to center, and boy, that was a big play there by Ty Chambers. A line drive to center by Hendrickson, and Chambers gunned down Bullard at second base, doubled him up. In other words, that's a mistake by Bullard. There's no doubt about that. And that ends the top half of the 7th inning. Okay, let's see. So no runs on 2 hits. No runs on 2 hits. No errors in that inning. And 1 left. So we go now to the bottom of the 7th in a 5-5 tie.
Throughout Texas, Louisiana, and New Mexico, one of the largest independent oil field service companies is Pinergy, ranked number 1 in the...
Throughout Texas, Louisiana, and New Mexico, one of the largest independent oil field service companies is Pinergy, ranked number 1 in the United States for total number of wells drilled. You'll likely recognize Pinergy Carthage top management, Randy Taylor, Brandon Taylor, Andy Snow, Justin Taylor, and Steve Nations. At the Austin corporate office, senior management offers a combined 400 years experience regarding energy services. No more. Check the Better Solutions, Better Building comes from Louisiana Pacific, caring and involved corporate resident. Friends and neighbors in Panola County are the foundation of business at Louisiana Pacific, delivering high-performance building products in the area. You know these folks. You know them from church, civic clubs, as volunteers in the work they do in the community and at Louisiana Pacific. Good people in good company with you and Louisiana Pacific.
Chambers, and I tell you what that play reminded me of. Okay, so Kilgore had runners at first and second with one out, and a line drive to center that was caught by Chambers. Ball was well hit there by Hendrickson, no doubt about that. He really stroked it well, but caught by Chambers, and then he doubled up Bullard off of second base for the third out, so it's a double play. All right, Cade Moore leading off in the bottom of the seventh. Obviously, one run ends it here for the Bulldogs. They would win it 1-0 on Moore. Here's the 1-0. This one hit well to the right side. Second baseman has it. Throw to first in time to get Cade Moore. Well, Cade hit that one well, but right at the second baseman, who backhanded it and then threw him out. So the play that it reminded me of was against China Spring last year in the playoffs, and Ty Chambers was in right field, and a China Spring batter hit a line drive to right. It hit the ground, a one-hop to Chambers, and he threw him out at first base. And I tell you what, that's the one defensive play I remember from that entire season last year. Because he gunned him down at first. In other words, in most cases it would have been a line drive single to right, but Chambers came up throwing, has a real strong arm, and Brewster was ready for the throw at first. This pitch is hit to left center, left fielder going back. He's there and one hands it for out number 2. So Chambers hits that one well, but flies out to left for out number 2 in the inning. And now the batter is Cale Preston. Cale had a big hit his last time up. He drove in a run in the 5th inning to make it 5-1 at that time. So we had an RBI single in the first, walked in the third, RBI single in the 5th. He's had a big day, and he helped the golf team to make it to the state tournament down at Huntsville. Takes that one low for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Ball 2. Tate Truman doing a good job in relief here for the Kilgore Bulldogs. Here's the 2-0. Inside, ball 3. Carson Crawford on deck. Here's the 3-0. There's a strike. 3-1. Taken all the way. He may be taking another one right here, too. We're in the bottom of the 7th and a 5-5 tie. Here's the 3-1. He squares around a bunt, takes it inside, ball 4. All right, so there's the winning run there at first, but with 2 outs. There are 2 outs, and so that brings up Carson Crawford. Oh, for a long one here, Carson. Now, Carson Crawford doesn't have the power of Bullard, but he has almost hit 2 balls out this year. Preston Might be running here. This pitch is hit well to center field. Center fielder going back. He is there and makes the catch. Crawford gave it a long ride, but that's to the biggest part of the ballpark right there, and it's out number 3. Wow. Carson Crawford hit that one a long way, but that's the biggest part of the ballpark. 394 feet out there. I don't know how far he hit it, but center fielder had to go back to get that one. So now we go to the 8th inning. And a 5-5 tie back after 60 seconds.
Genpack Carthage, over 50 years.
Genpack Carthage, over 50 years servicing the food and restaurant industry with superior products. Advancing innovative packaging to enhance the human experience is more than just our purpose statement. It's our driving passion to make people's lives better through the food packaging they use daily. Genpack's dedication to quality assures you get food containers and packaging at its best. Browse and find what you need at genpack.com or look for our products on amazon.com. We are everywhere. Made right here in Carthage by folks you know.
FlowZone is your industry leader for all oil and gas pipe, valve fitting, and supply needs. FlowZone Carthage has over 130 years of combined experience with an outstanding safety record. FlowZone, located at 1092 Highway 59 South, just south of Denny's, is ready to offer customer service that will exceed your expectations with services such as free delivery and competitive pricing. Call them today, 903-263-0200.
Top of the 8th as we go to extra innings. I don't know if Carthage has played an extra inning game this year. I know they haven't in district play. 5-5 tie. Bulldogs were ahead 5-1 going to the top of the 6th when Kilgore tied it up 5-5. And we now go to the top of the 8th. It's going to be Cade Ross in there in relief now, still in there. He came into the 6th inning. And he's going to be facing Colton Hale, the 8-hole hitter. A couple of strikeouts and an RBI single. That pitch is in there for a strike. Next one is inside, ball 1. I tell you what, now if we go to the next inning, I don't know what I'm going to do. My scorebook's going to be completed here. Here's the full here. Here's the 1-1 pitch, popped up, foul ball. Moore coming in and makes the catch. Brooks Soap going over toward the dugout himself, and he, at the last second, slid to make sure he didn't collide with Moore, and Cade Moore made the catch on Colton Hale on the pop-up. Again, that was Cade Moore's ball right there. Good job, Cade. Jackson Phillips the batter now. Okay, this is Cade Cox. Cade Cox hitting for Jackson Phillips. And the count now is 1-1. One out in the top of the 8th. Now you want to get this guy. This is the 9-hole. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Because again, you don't want to. You'd rather not get around to Truman and Bullard in this inning. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, got him. So there's 2 down now in the 8th. And now back to the top of the order. So again, you want to, the 2 big sticks for Kilgore in this ball game have been Tate Truman and Colt Bullard. Cade Ross, who pitched the no-hitter, and that's swing and a miss. No, this is fouled off. Foul back. I think it hit on top of the roof here at Bulldog Park. I tell you what, in addition to the Bulldog Park since we were last here, is they've added some fans F-A-N-S, some fans, some rotating fans. This pitch is hit on the ground to the shortstop. He's got it over to first and in time to get House. And so the Kilgore Bulldogs go down 1-2-3 here in the top of the 8th. So the Bulldogs again coming up here with a chance to win the ball game with a run in the bottom half of the inning. So the bottom half of the 8th coming up. And who is it going to be? It's going to be 8-9-1 for the Bulldogs in a 5-5 tie back in 60.
Ready to supercharge your future in the energy industry?
Ready to supercharge your future in the energy industry? Panola College is introducing the brand new Matthews Foundation Energy Building, opening its doors this fall with programs in electrician, HVAC, natural gas compression, and welding. Small class sizes, state-of-the-art equipment, and personalized attention, where your goals are our priority. Our hands-on approach means you're diving into the real-world energy experience, setting you up for success from day one. Enroll today at panola.edu/energy to start your electrifying future.
Binks Quick Stop in Carthage on the corner of 699 and the Loop. Open Sunday through Thursday from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Friday and Saturday from 4 a.m. to 11 p.m. Open for breakfast, and the grill is open throughout the day, and it provides the best hamburgers in town. You can also get a grilled chicken or chicken fried steak. It's all fresh and made from scratch. And of course, you can fill up your tank with gas. That's at Binks, a Quick Stop in Carthage. Again, on the...
All right, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning in a 5-5 tie. And, of course, when you're the home team, that means anytime you get into extra innings and in the extra innings you go into the bottom half of the inning with a tie, that means you score a run and the ball game is over. So let's see what we can do here. Maddox Martinez leads off. He is 0 for 3. Fly to center, fly to center, fly to right. Got to get on, Maddox. Truman into the wind. Here's the pitch to Martinez. Looked pretty good, but it's called a ball there by the home plate ump. 1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0. Ball 2. The 2-0 outside, ball 3. Well, we may have gotten a break on that first pitch. The last two were definitely out of the zone. 3-0 on Martinez. Here's a 3-0. Outside, ball 4, outside and low. So there's the winning run at first base. And not only the go-ahead run, but in this situation, it is the winning run at first base with nobody out for Caden Ritter. Well, let's see what Jason Causey elects to do here. Ritter, the 9-hole hitter, has line to left, line to third, and single. So he's put the ball in play all 3 times and had 2 line drives. First 2 at bats and was 0 for 2. He squares around the bunt, gets the bunt down. Good bunt. Pitcher has it. Throw to first in time. Winning run at second. So Ritter gets a sacrifice. And now that brings up Sam Watson. Watson, the batter. Okay, let's see what Sam has done tonight now. He has reached on an error, line to left, line to short, and walked. We'll take another walk right here. Here's a pitch to Watson. Inside, 1-0. Oh, was that a strike? Are you kidding me? Okay. Okay, that was a strike on that first pitch. I did not see that. Okay, so the count's 0-1. Was that a strike? Okay. Now it's 1-1. Okay. Okay, 1-1 on Watson. Winning run at second. Bottom of the 8th, 1 out. Truman to the plate. This one hit down to the first baseman. Fair ball. They throw to third, and he is in there safely at third base. That was a fair ball, and so that was right over the bag, and the first baseman caught it and tagged the bag for out number 2. So Watson now is out 3 unassisted. That was right over the bag. And really, I tell you what, Kilgore is just fortunate there that first baseman was playing close to the line. And so now the winning run is at third base with 2 outs for Brooks Soap. Got a chance to be the hero here, Brooks. Here's the pitch to him. Outside, ball 1. You got Martinez at third. Good speed there. The ball gets past Hendrickson. He could score. That's another way it could end right here. Okay, third baseman in even with the bag. First baseman even with the bag. Shortstop and second baseman back deep. The 1-0. Outside, gets away from the catcher. Here comes a winning run. He scores. Dogs win. Dogs win. Oh, the Dogs win. Oh, my gosh. And there goes the lights. Oh, my gosh. Oh, what a way for it to end. I had just said if the ball gets away, I called that. How about that? I really didn't think it would happen, but it did. And so the Dogs win, scoring either, you got to remember that, either a wild pitch or a pass ball. And they win it by a score here of 6-5 in 8 innings. Wow. Oh, boy. Okay, Joe, what are you going to call it? You call it. I think it was in the dirt. That's what I'd go for. Wow. Okay, let's take a break here while I get ready to wrap this one up. Okay, we'll take a 90-second break. 90 seconds.
Farmers State Bank, a name that you know.
Farmers State Bank, a name that you know and can depend on. We're your neighbors and community partners. We're committed to meeting your financial needs by providing banking solutions for your mortgage, commercial, or personal loans. With 118 years of service to our community, we're part of your local rodeos, 4-H, and festivals. We want you to know that we're here for you. Visit us at fsbctx.bank or come see us today. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Escogiendo el mejor proveedor médica puede ser difícil. Hope Community Medicine está aquí por ti. Si ocupa ayuda médica, ginecólogo o salud conductal, es nuestra misión proveer acceso de alta calidad de salud a pesar de su habilidad de pagar. Tenemos 5 clínicas en Carthage, Center, Tenaha y San Agustín para poder servir mejor a usted y su familia. 903-690-8395.
We all like to save money, and State Farm can help with discounts. When you combine your car insurance with your State Farm homeowners insurance, you get big savings. So talk to me, Agent Tate Barber, and experience the good neighbor service that has made us America's #1 insurance company. Together, we can help you make sure you get the discount you deserve. No policy with State Farm? No problem. Call me, Agent Tate Barber, at 903-693-7555 or stop by my office, 1502 West Panola, directly across the street from McDonald's, to find out how much a multi-line discount.
Tuesday night at Bulldog Park, the Carthage Bulldogs and the Kilgore Bulldogs, number 2 and 3 in District 17 4A. Carthage coming in with a record of 9-2. Kilgore was 8-3, and they were playing to perhaps get a better grip on second place in the district. The Bulldogs, Carthage Bulldogs, were, and the Carthage Bulldogs took a 1-0 lead in the top of the first. Okay, I'm going to start this all over, Josh. Okay, I'm going to start it all over. Okay, so stop recording what I just gave you, and let's start all over with a new rap. Tuesday night, the Carthage Bulldogs and the Kilgore Bulldogs meeting at Bulldog Park. And in the top half of the first inning, Kilgore took a 1-0 lead. Carthage came back with 3 in the bottom half of the first. And so they were up 3-1. Carthage added a run in the third inning to make it a 4-1 advantage for the Bulldogs. And then Carthage with another run in the fifth inning. And Carthage led 5-1 after 5 innings of play. But in the sixth inning, the Kilgore Bulldogs scored 4 runs to tie it up 5-5, and it was a 5-5 ball game until the bottom half of the eighth inning. In the bottom half of the eighth inning, Maddox Martinez walked on 4 pitches. He was sacrificed to second on a bump by Caden Ritter, went to third as Sam Watson grounded out unassisted to the first baseman. So he was at third base with 2 outs in the inning. And Blake Soap at the plate, and on the second pitch to Blake Soap, a wild pitch from Tate Truman, went back to the school, also committed 2 errors, and they stranded 9 in the ball game. Carthage is now 16-8-2 for the season, and Carthage is all alone in second place with a record of 10 wins and 2 losses. Once again, your final score Tuesday night from Bulldog Park at Carthage High School in 8 innings, the Carthage Bulldogs 6 and the Kilgore Bulldogs 5. For your Sports Beat station, I'm Larry Allen. All right, well, great night here for the Bulldogs. You've got to give credit to Kilgore. They came back and tied it up in the 6th with 4 runs to make it a 5-5 ball game. And then the Bulldogs score on, of all things, a wild pitch in the bottom of the 8th. And they win it 6-5. So that's a big win now for Carthage. They're now up by Kilgore by 2 games for second place in the district, and plus Carthage has won the head-to-head competition between the 2 teams because Carthage has won the first 2 games between Kilgore and Carthage. So where will we be on Friday night? We'll be at Driller Park in Kilgore as Kilgore and Carthage go at it once again. And I want to thank Josh back at the station, and Brenton Fensom here at Bulldog Park for his work on the live stream. Once again, the final, Carthage 6. This is in 8 innings. Carthage 6 and Kilgore 5. For your Sports Beat station, this is Larry Allen from Bulldog Park.